Boys and girls, it's day 3 of adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. Hope you are ready to take this journey with me today. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the lowest common denominator, the LCD, and solve fractional word problems with unlike denominators.
Hello class! Today we're going to learn our multiplication tables.
Oh, that's boring!
Well, wait until you hear this. You've never heard the tables like this before.
Seven ones are 7, 7 twos are 14, 7 threes are 21, and 7 fours are 28, 7 fives are 35, 7 sixes are 42, 7 sevens are 49, and 7 eights are 56, 7 nines are 63, 7 tens are 70, 7 elevens are 77, 7 twelves are 84. 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14, 7 threes are 21, 7 fours are 28, 7 fives are 35, 7 sixes are 42. twos are 24, 12 threes are 36, and 12 fours are 48, 12 fives are 60, 12 sixes are 72, 12 sevens are 84, 12 eights are 96, 12 nines are 108, 12 tens are 120, 12 elevens are 132, 12 twelves are 144. 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are 36, 12 fours are 48, 12 fives are 60, 12 sixes are 72, 12 sevens are 84, 12 eights are 96, 12 nines are 108, 12 tens are 120, 12 elevens are 132, and 12 twelves are 144.
You will need the problems that you solved from our last lesson, a pencil, and clean paper to complete this lesson today. So please make sure you have those items in the front of you before you move on. Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? Did you need an LCD table for this problem? No. Why not? Because the denominators are alike. So, what is your answer? Boys and girls, how did you feel about those 6 problems? Are you confident that you know how to solve fractions with unlike denominators? Do you think you did an excellent job? If you did, give yourself a pat on your shoulder. Good job. Boys and girls, I know when you hear word problems, you clinch because you don't want to have to read and figure out, should I be adding or should I be subtracting? In order to master word problems, you have to know keywords that tells you when to subtract and when to add. So we are going to go over our keyword charts before we move on to our word problems. When reading a word problem, here are some of the keywords that tells you to add: total, join, together, plus, sum, both, combine, add, or the question may ask, how many in all? Other words include increase and all together. Here are some of the keywords that tells you to subtract: take away, left, difference, minus, less than, remains, decrease, subtract, or the question might ask, how much more, or how many are left. Now that you know some of the keywords, let's get started in solving some fractional word problems. Celeste rode her bike for 2/9 of a mile on Monday and 1/6 of a mile on Tuesday. How many miles did she ride all together? Read the question again on your own. Think about your important numbers or fractions, then think about the keyword to find out whether you're going to add or subtract these fractions. We know that Celeste rode 2/9 of a mile and 1/6 of a mile. The question now asks, how many miles did she ride all together? What is the keyword? All together. And what does all together means? That you are going to add the fractions. That is correct. Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? Javen swam 3/4 of a lap in the morning and 1/10 of a lap in the evening. How much further did Javen swim in the morning than in the evening? Read the question again. Identify your keywords. Which keyword or words did you choose? The question asks, how much further did Javen swim in the morning than in the evening? Did you choose further than? That is correct. This means that we are going to subtract for this fraction. Press pause and solve your fractional problem before moving on. Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? It took Christian 7/12 of an hour to complete his math homework on Monday and 3/8 of an hour on Wednesday. How many hours did he take to complete his homework in all? Read the question again. Find your key word or words. What is your key word or words for this question? In all. That is correct. Now, what does in all tells you to do? To add. Very good. Now, press pause and solve the fractional problem before moving on to the next slide. Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? An electrician has 4/9 centimeters of wire. He needs only 1/12 centimeters of wire for a job. How much wire does he need to cut? Read the question again and identify your key word or words. Did you identify a keyword for this problem? If you didn't, that is fine. Let's talk about the problem. It says an electrician has 4/9 of wire and he only needs 1/12 of the wire. Imagine you are the electrician and you have the wire. It says you only need a part of it for the job. Are you going to add a piece to the wire that you already have? Or are you going to take away a piece of what you have already? Can you identify the keyword now? Need is our keyword now, which means that you are going to be taking away a piece of the 4/9 of wire. Now that you know what to do, press pause and solve the fractional problem before going on. Do you have the same multiples in your LCD chart as mine? What numbers did you multiply your fractions by? What is your answer? Boys and girls, you have done an excellent job today. Remember, when you are solving word problems, you have to remember your keywords. And if there are no keywords, use your imagination. Put yourself in the problem and figure out whether you are going to add or subtract.